Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about the drone footage that I filmed that made it into the H.E.R music video, which ultimately got nominated for the MTV VMA. I'm going to walk you through how I filmed it and how it ended up being in that music video. Before we get into that, I did want to give you all a friendly reminder that there are 13 days left until the MTV Video Music Awards, and I would really appreciate it if you took the time to vote if you're watching this. It is the Video for Good category for the song I Can't Breathe. It would be amazing to win. Nonetheless, really happy to be nominated with some amazing artists and to be a part of this project with everyone that was involved. But with that said, let's get into this video. Roll the intro. Alright, so I actually filmed this drone footage back in June during the Black Lives Matter and Pride protests in West Hollywood area. I went with my friend Nikki Boutte. She actually hit me up that morning asking if I was going, and I had planned to already go to that, so we decided to meet up and just take some photos and take some videos together. It was an extremely powerful day, extremely hot as well. But this was right at the height of all the protests that were happening across the country and across the world. So it was just a very powerful moment to be there, to be able to capture it and to document it and to share it with people on social media for them to see and be a part of if they weren't able to make it. What's funny about this clip is that it's actually the first thing that I filmed that day. We were actually taking an Uber to the beginning of the protest. It actually started on Hollywood and Vine. For anyone that's familiar with the Hollywood, Los Angeles area, that's where like the Kodak Theater is, where the Academy Awards are held every year. So that's where the protest actually started. So we were on our way there from our parking lot, and as we're in the Uber crossing Sunset Boulevard on Fairfax, we actually see this huge crowd of people just walking towards us as we're crossing the intersection of Sunset Boulevard. And at that moment, I quickly realized that we needed to stop the Uber because that was the front of the protest, and I thought it would be a really cool angle clip to just film the swarm of people that were just crowding the street. And for anyone that knows, Sunset Boulevard is one of the main roads that crosses through Los Angeles. It's very iconic, obviously. So it was just a very powerful thing to see that entire road shut down to traffic for people protesting for a common goal. So we hopped out of the Uber. I quickly pulled out my drone. Not gonna lie to you, I hadn't flown my drone in probably 6 or 7 months, so I was a little bit rusty. I was a little nervous to fly it. I've also gotten in trouble with the FAA before for flying my drone in areas where I shouldn't have been. I've gotten warnings for potential $250,000 fines. So with that in mind, I was definitely a little bit nervous to even be flying my drone, especially over an enormous amount of people. It's just not recommended, so I don't encourage that at all. But for me, I knew how important it was to capture this, to show the magnitude of the number of people that were there and protesting. So I flew up my drone, and I'll show you some of the raw footage here. But as you see, I'm just flying it, and I'm just trying to get my bearings first. I'm trying not to hit any power lines. I'm trying to see how I'm gonna frame the angle. And I had seen on social media prior to that, other videographers, drone operators just fly straight into the crowd. So I thought that'd be a really cool perspective. So the way that I approached it was I had my camera tilted down, and as the front of the protest line was approaching me, that's when I decided to move forward and pan up to slowly do a reveal of just sort of the larger setting of where it was. And what I really like about this clip that I didn't notice until I was editing it is that in the right hand corner you can actually see the downtown Los Angeles skyline. So it was just an amazing backdrop to this enormous amount of people who were on this road, and just to see that we're in Los Angeles, in Hollywood, in one of the most iconic places in the world, and we're bearing witness to an important historic moment in my lifetime and a lot of people's lifetime. So after I flew the drone, Nikki and I decided to just keep walking with the protest crowd. You know, we were taking photos, we took videos. I flew the drone a little bit later afterwards once we got to the final meeting point on Santa Monica Boulevard in West Hollywood, where there was just a bigger protest and a bigger rally. The police were there in force, so just kind of a very tense situation, kind of a tense moment, but it was just crazy to be a part of that. Moving forward a couple of days, I think it might have been a week or two later, one of my friends, Eric, who I mentioned in the concert videography video, he's Code of the Friends DJ and just a really good friend in person overall. He actually hit me up letting me know that one of his friends who works with her was creating a music video for this new song, and they were interested in using some of my protest footage because he had passed that along. I immediately said yes. I couldn't have thought of a better opportunity to be able to share this footage on a larger platform. Shane Adams, who is the director and videographer for H.E.R, hit me up via email, and I quickly responded. I sent him some of this footage that I thought would work for the music video. It was actually the last day that they were editing the video, so the video actually came out the next morning on YouTube. So it was a very last minute thing. Got very lucky, fortunate to be a part of this project. I sent him maybe around 10 to 15 clips, including the drone footage that I showed you here, and ultimately it ended up being the first 2 clips of the music video. I hadn't heard the song before, I didn't get to hear it early, but when I heard the song paired with the footage of myself and all the other videographers that were involved and the editing that Shane did, it just came together and created a very beautiful piece. To be nominated for VMA, which is something I watched that show literally it was on every Sunday night before the first day of school for me, so it was sort of just like that end of the summer ritual for me, and the next day I would go to school right after watching the VMAs. So it's just crazy to even be nominated and participate in something like that. But with that said, it all just kind of goes to show, you know, the power of introducing yourself to people, of being professional, of doing projects for free. You know, all of this was just through different connections that I had met through various different ways, and I'm just fortunate that they kept me in mind to be a part of something like that. And for anyone that's watching this and is a videographer and is just starting out maybe, or you feel kind of stuck, whatever you do, just keep creating, you know, just keep filming things, keep putting them out on your social media. Even if you're getting no likes, if you're getting 1,000 likes, however many likes, it doesn't even matter. Guarantee you someone's watching, so please just keep putting in the work, and you know, good things will happen to you. That is the story for how my drone footage ended up in the H.E.R music video, how we got nominated for a VMA, and there's a helicopter behind me, so let's wait for that to fly by. If you have 30 seconds today, we would really appreciate your vote. All you have to do is go on the MTV VMA website and vote under the Video for Good category for the song I Can't Breathe. 10 votes a day, 13 days left. Would really appreciate the support. With that, I hope you're staying safe out there, and I'll see you next week. Thanks so much.